we've got another reaction, but it's for like the details and leaks.
At long last, after years
That's
of
been
waiting, we
going
finally
around.
have some news on Verdansk's return. At Call of Duty Next in 2024, Call of Duty announced that Verdansk was set to return in spring of 2025. But it is now February and we have not had any information, and there's been no signs to suggest that it's even coming back. There's been a lot of rumors here and there on the internet of when the map is actually coming back, and a lot of people really are just speculating. Finally, we have some type of information. Twitter user Ghost of Hope, who's been known to leak a bunch of things for the last 3 to 4 years, tweeted out this: dropping something big in 2 minutes. And 90% of the time, whenever Ghost of Hope tweets out something, more than likely things always come true. Exclusive details on the return of Verdansk. Will launch with Season 3 of Black Ops 6. It is pretty much the OG March 2020 version. Train station interior will be closed. Interior of stadium will be open, but roof will be closed. The train returns, no fast travel subway.
Is this really so? I guess the question is this just to bring people back with the player base, or are they actually going to try to improve upon what they once had again? Right?
And then immediately after this, Charlie Intel posted this as well. And if you don't know who Charlie Intel is, he normally never tweets out any type of leaks unless there's some truth behind it. So for me, in my brain, whenever Charlie Intel tweets something, I know it's more than likely set to happen. After looking in the internet, Season 3 of Warzone comes out on March 20th. Now, on Ghost of Hope's tweet, he says, we'll launch with Season 3 of Black Ops 6. Now, I'm not too sure if he means we'll launch at the start of Season 3 or even mid-season, but Call of Duty's 5-year Warzone anniversary is on March 10th, so March 20th seems somewhere aligned. If this were to be mid-season, it would go all the way until April, and I don't know if they would wait that long, especially with how down bad the game is right now. There's a lot of things to break down here, so I'll kind of go over it. Hope says that the map is the OG March 2020 version, which means the very first version we've ever had. Because Black Ops 6 is set in the 90s, I thought we would get the Verdansk 84 just to be somewhat closer to the current era that's in the game now. Regardless, I'm excited for Verdansk. It's going to bring back a lot of players, whether most people want to admit it or not, due to nostalgia. Whether people stay after the fact, that's the question at hand that Call of Duty is just going to have to figure out themselves. So here he also mentions that train station interior will also be closed. I don't really recall when exactly the train station opened up, but if Hope is right, it will be closed here when it launches. The train is also set to return, but no fast travel subway system as well. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Did you guys want OG Verdansk to come back, or did you want something like Verdansk 84?
I think Verdansk 84 is a little better. I never used the train station or the fast travel when I did Verdansk or played Verdansk every now and then. But I mean, if it's there, it's there. If it isn't, it isn't. It's no big deal to me. But 84, I think, like, OG map is good, but the 84 map with the little destruction in stadium, right? How they switched up some of these places was good. How they had the ship, like that submarine there near, God, it wasn't near prison. It might have been near prison.
Looking at this map now brings a lot of good memories, and honestly, if this is true, I am really excited to see this in action.
Just me, though.
Back in Verdansk, it felt like all the POIs had their own distinct feeling, as opposed to now, and even Caldera, everything felt the same and mush. Hospital felt very different from Superstore, which felt different from downtown. Every single POI had its distinct feel to it. But the one thing I keep asking myself is, if these rumors are true, why has there been no marking for this whatsoever? At the time of recording this video, it is February 24th. That means that this map is set to come out in 3.5 weeks. And not a single trailer has been announced, not a single hint at Verdansk coming back has been announced. So this leaves it up into interpretation if this map is actually coming back on March 20th, like Hope is suggesting. I would be very surprised to see Call of Duty not have any type of marketing for what's supposed to bring back the franchise to what it originally was. Hope also tweeted out this, which I kind of agree with. He said, I fail to understand why it took so long for just OG Verdansk to return, but my theory is that they were originally going to do their own new spin on Verdansk and then course corrected at some point to just making it the OG version, but have no actual info to back this up. I'm not no developer, I don't know how this stuff is made, but if this really was OG Verdansk, it does beg the question of why did it take so long to come back? Moving on to the #1 question that people have been asking is, will Verdansk save Warzone? I've said this before, nostalgia will bring back an abundance of players. That player count will skyrocket on Verdansk release. But how sustainable is that? Charlie Intel tweeted out, nostalgia with Verdansk won't save all the problems with Warzone. And from what we've heard, Activision is hoping Verdansk can save Warzone's player decline. Nothing we've heard so far, though, suggests there'll be anything significant, hoping we're wrong.
I think people will be like, they'll come back for just this like one map, maybe, right? For it to be thinking like it's there because it's there, right? It brought the nostalgia back and everything, but it's not gonna save the game itself.
Do you guys watching this right now think that Verdansk alone will revitalize the franchise? Again, I do not think so. My take is that they have to introduce some form of rotating maps somewhere along the lines. I know this is probably really hard to do with how big the file sizes are and all that, but as we've seen, one map for 2 years does get exhausting. But we all know that the Avalon map was leaked a while ago, so maybe they'll find a way to do Avalon and Verdansk rotating. With these rumors circling about it being the 2020 version of Verdansk, a lot of people are wondering what is going to be included with that. Will we get OG movement? Will it go back to the OG Modern Warfare 2019 engine? Or will it just be the OG Verdansk map on what we currently have now, with Omni movement and all the new changes? Modern Warzone tweeted out, do you think redeploy drones / balloons should be a part of Verdansk when it returns to Warzone? This is a question that I've had, and it's not just drones or balloons, but also a bunch of other things. Should we have redeploy packs? Should we have gulag tokens? These are all things that have changed the game drastically from how it was in OG to what it is now. Redeploy balloons.
Not gulag tokens. Redeploy balloons so you can move around the map. Yes, absolutely. I think that definitely helps the game and the pacing of a game. But gulag tokens, no. Because then you're not valuing your life as much in the game as you should. If you have a gulag token, basically might as well just be playing Resurgence at this point. If you have a redeploy flare and you can't get to a buy station, I mean, I guess a flare is okay, but I wouldn't say a gulag token.
And drones were introduced back in Caldera. I think Caldera is the worst map ever created.
It's okay.
The map flow and the layout was just horrible. The entire time you were running around the map with no cover, looking up because there was a gigantic volcano in the middle of the map.
Yes,
and
it's
so
an island.
The only way to fix this and correct this was to introduce redeploy drones or redeploy balloons. I think balloons are a cop-out for bad map design. If you ask me this question, do I think redeploy drones or balloons should return? I think no. When you have redeploy drones and balloons, vehicles no longer become effective. And the chance of anybody just landing up on you and flying on you increases significantly, which doesn't really feel like BR. And again, if you haven't seen my video, I just put one out describing of why the game feels so bad now compared to how it was before. But this isn't even my biggest concern. My biggest concern is the anti-cheat. For those of you that don't recall, Verdansk was infected with hackers.
Hackers and cheaters.
Verdansk is coming back, but are hackers coming back with it too? T-Dog tweeted this out and said, I went back to Modern Warfare 2019 tonight, and here's the clip.
Okay, man, it feels so good. Oh, the movement in this game feels so good. Welcome back to MW19.
Oh, and there's the... People seriously are cheating in Modern Warfare 2019?
This is probably the #1 thing plaguing the game right now, and its hackers are insane. I hope Call of Duty can get this right.
Do you really think cheating in Modern Warfare 2019 does something for you? Oh my god.
Because if Verdansk comes back and everybody's getting hacked on, it's gonna feel like nostalgia, don't get me wrong. But I promise you, people are going to leave. I hope really soon Call of Duty does some type of announcement, because honestly, if this actually does release in March 20th, then I'm a little bit scared because there's been no marketing whatsoever.
I'm in your stone chilling.
I'm getting pulled up on by a team to the left. I might die. One of y'all play your lives if you can.
You're gonna die. You're gonna die. I just watched him land and you're gonna die, man.
Shit on. Crap.
Is this his gameplay now that Repulse has got?
Are you good at
Or does he die by a cheater?
Just let me know. I want to help Gabe.
Yeah, go up, Gabe. I mean, I might be good.
Friendly loadout drops on the way.
You guys are horse shit, bro.
Safe zone located.
Talk to me when I'm here.
3 of y'all. Dog shit. All three. It 1v3 pussies.
Dropping into the
I'm good,
area.
boys.
Oh, you wanna come back? Come on, come on, come on.
Yeah, yeah.
1v4? Come on. Another one.
On the hill.
Give me a sec, boys.
Come there.
There's a lot of people cheating and stacking together in ranked and BR right now.
You guys are
Which
so
is-
bad. Oh, so bad. 1v4.
Unnecessary.
Bullshit.
But I think it'll bring back some people, not everyone, because they're kind of just done with COD. But it's not gonna be what it once was, and it's not gonna. I don't think the player decline that they're struggling with, it's not gonna fix that issue. That the player decline they're struggling with, Verdansk is not gonna fix that. But I mean, people will play it, right, to come back and see what's going on, but they won't stick with it the entire time. That's just my thoughts. But if you think otherwise, or if you got your own thoughts, let me know. But we'll just have to wait and see 3.5 weeks and go from there.